92.7 Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. It's your girl, Deja Lene. I am so excited to be back with you guys. I love you guys so much and I missed you. We had a very relaxing weekend and we have an amazing weekend recap coming up on my show. I am your host, Deja Lene, from 10 a.m. all the way up until the 12 p.m. hour. And we are doing our monthly segment where we are speaking on I Am Fearfully and Wonderfully Made here at Albany State University. On today's segment, we're going to be going in depth about preparing for new beginnings. Here on Real 92.7, we're going to go ahead and open up with the weather. The weather here in Albany, Georgia is 62 degrees. Thunderstorms from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. with rain expected at 12 p.m. The highest today will be 71 degrees, so make sure you have a light jacket on with you, possibly an umbrella. I walked all the way to work. I didn't see any rain, but again, be aware that thunderstorms from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. is on the radar here in Albany, Georgia. Now for our morning inspiration, preparing for new beginnings. I am super excited because we are in the last week of October. November is on the way, but we want to finish off October very strong. So for my 3 points today, when it comes to preparing for new beginnings, I want to start off with celebrating small wins, especially in college. Sometimes we may fail an assignment, sometimes we may fail or make a mistake, but here in college, you got to learn how to move fast, you got to get ready for the next thing, but also, don't forget to celebrate the small wins when you do achieve your dreams and aspirations or that goal that you have been working so hard to get to with consistency and discipline. Make sure that you show gratitude towards yourself in the process that you are going through. My point number 2, don't overlook the process of overcoming. Sometimes we can look too much in the rear view of our car mirror and be like, well, I feel like situations are supposed to go this way, or I feel like my trials and tribulations are supposed to go this way. But understand, know how far God has brought you from, but you are still becoming, you're still learning about yourself daily, and you're still learning how to walk in your identity. So embrace that and know that you figuring out and learning more about yourself will also help the next person as you guys continue to grow. And know that God can do a new thing in impossible situations and when you feel like you're in a very dry desert place. You know, sometimes college can have some dead days. Sometimes in college, things can be going at a very fast rate, but know that whether you're in a desert place or when you're in a place of overflow, you are still valuable. Even without the talents and gifts that God had already placed in you, you still have a destiny and a purpose. So again, you are valuable and you are amazing. Here at Albany State University, we are thriving on student excellence. And speaking on student excellence, we have an amazing special guest, Kyla Wimes, who is my teammate for the Lady Cross Country Golden Rams, will be here for a special interview at 11 a.m. where we'll be speaking on how we won our cross-country SIAC championships this past weekend, back-to-back. Shout out to all my Lady Ram girls. And we're going to be going over some more sports highlights here at Albany, Georgia. The Golden Rams are taking things to the next level, fighting to finish, and we're not done yet. Keep it locked in here on Real 92.7. It's your girl, Deja Lene. And coming up next, we got some Skip Marley, Make Me Feel, coming up soon. Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. It's your girl, Deja Lene, and the Albany State University Lady Cross Country Rams win back-to-back SIAC Cross Country Championships for 2025, presented by Toyota. Now, the SIAC is the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, where we are hosting HBCU schools, which include Albany State University, Tuskegee, Lane, Central State, Spring Hill, Kentucky State, Bendict, Clark Atlanta, Allen, Miles, Fort Valley State, Edward Waters, Savannah State, and Lamone Owen HBCU colleges were all at this meet. But the Albany State University women's cross country team proved that through consistency, grit, and teamwork, that is the hallmark to be a back-to-back champion. Now, the final team achievements, the 2025 SIAC Women's Cross Country Champions had six top 20 finishers and 3 top 10 finishers. And Coach Robert Smith was the SIAC Coach of the Year back-to-back. And we are so proud of our Lady Cross country Rams. Now, some of our stats looking at the lady cross country Rams here at this SIAC, with me being there, the weather getting there was about 53 degrees. We ran at 9 a.m. that morning, so you guys can imagine as a student athlete having to adjust to the weather, getting your body warmed up, getting ready to run those fast times out there in Macon, Georgia. But Coach Rob, my coach, was like, you know what, you guys are going to get off this bus, you guys are going to get accustomed to this weather. We got a championship. You got to put in the work. You got to pay the fee. And it takes what it takes to be a champion. Now, some of our stats leading the charge for Albany State University was the freshman standout, Miss Bria Van, who finished second overall with an impressive time of 19 minutes and 38 seconds. She was closely followed by Faith Thompson, who crossed the finish line in 19 minutes and 59 seconds. And to take fourth place, Miss Sydney Haywood finished seventh place with a time of 20 minutes and 44 seconds. And we had Albany State University veteran runners, my teammates as well, Kyla, Azaria Brown, and me as well, clocking 21 minutes overall, which rounded the Golden Rams to finish in ASU's top 20 and Macon, Georgia at the SIAC Conference Championships. With ASU's effort, they are also looking forward to focusing on the NCAA Southern Region Conference race that is actually coming up very soon, November 8th, and this is to build legacy and to represent ASU on a regional level. And I'm so proud of my Lady Rams. This whole season was very long. It was full of a bunch of cross-training, a bunch of mental resets, and being able to just get back out there 6 a.m., 4 p.m., and putting in the work to be and to stay a back-to-back champion here at Albany State University. We are so proud of our Lady Cross Country Rams, and we are again proud of our Albany State's head coach, Women's Cross Country Coach of the Year, for his second consecutive season winning back-to-back Coach of the Year. And this meet is going to not only set an eye-opener for Albany State University, but also for the legacies that are to come. And we want to keep this streak going. And with that being said, our Golden Rams athletic department is also striving on the football side to continue to uphold their streak. And we're going to get more into that coming up next. Stay connected with our ASU athletics on the ASU Golden Rams website. Also follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and our Twitter to stay connected to what our student athletes are putting up the work and putting up those numbers here and being the change that they want to see for the athletic department. Now, with that being said, our next segment coming up, we'll be going over how the Golden Rams football team rise #1 in the SIAC after commanding a 31-3 win over Bendict this past weekend. So keep it locked in here on Real 92.7. We're super excited for our special guest interview. Kyla Wimes will also be on the show at 11 a.m., who is a part of the Lady Cross Country team, also my teammate. We'll be here for a special interview at 11 a.m., so don't touch that dial. We'll be back with more. Coming up next, we got Moment for Life, because honestly, winning a championship, that's like a moment that you never want to get rid of. Like, this is still a dream to me. I can't believe we won championships. Real 92.7, real music, real talk, real radio. Real 92.7, real music, real talk, real radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. It's your girl, Deja Lene, and welcome back to the show. I am your host from 10 a.m. all the way up until 12 p.m., and we are going over the Golden Rams Sports Highlight Weekend Recap, and our Golden Rams football team rise to #1 in SIAC after commanding a 31-3 win over Bendict College. You guys don't understand how amazing and impressive this is. The Albany State Golden Rams football team made it a bold statement on Saturday afternoon, defeating the previously unbeaten Bendict College with a 31-3 in Columbia, South Carolina. Now, the victory propelled the Golden Rams to the top of the SIAC Conference standings, improving a 7-1 overall and a 6-0 in our Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference here in Albany, Georgia. This is the first 7-win season since 2022. So you guys can imagine just the intensity and the pressure that is a privilege that our Albany State University football team players are putting up this semester. And as you guys can go check out my last interview that I had with Mr. Abraham Clinkscales and Mr. Isaiah Morrison on the defensive line, they were going into how their chemistry is a lot better, how their mental is in the right place, knowing that endurance is key this season. And as you guys can see, they are enduring all the way into the end and rising to #1. Now, some key stats coming from this game. The Golden Rams came out very strong and never looked back, which I love, because sometimes we want to wait till the last minute, or we want to wait till the perfect time to go ahead and put up those numbers. But our quarterback, Isaiah Knowles, threw 3 touchdown passes in the first half, connecting to Mr. Jamarion Davis, Mr. Jamel Williams, and Corey Petty to give in ASU's 21-0 lead in the first half. Now, right before halftime, Mr. Ian Kelly added a 37-yard field goal to make it a 24-0 game. Now, as you guys can see, they took possession in the first half, and Bendict finally got it under control with a late field goal late in the game, but that was about it, because our Albany State University came back in second half and said, you know what, we gonna bring on the more smoke, we gonna bring on and establish this W, because the Albany State University defense was locked in the whole game. The Albany State University defensive line was holding Bendict down to just 3 points and forcing several quick punts. And honestly, looking at the game from homecoming, where I was on the sidelines and able to watch this up front, the defensive line, they're not letting anything through this semester. I don't know what they're feeding those boys. I don't know what type of timing they're on, but they are all gas, no brakes. And with that being said, players Mr. Derek Drayton, Abraham Clinkscales, and Cam Watts led charge with a strong pressure and fight coverage. We are so excited for what is to come for our Golden Rams football team. The momentum is at its peak. The Golden Rams football team are looking to close out their regular season strong, and they are also looking forward to returning to the Albany State Coliseum, our stadium, this weekend, November 1st, for Senior Day versus Savannah State at 1 p.m. So you definitely don't want to miss that game. I will be on the sidelines watching up close, making sure that our football team continues to uphold this streak. And honestly, hard work, dedication, consistency, and discipline, I don't see why our Albany State football team can't take down this W. Now, we are coming up to the top of the hour for 11 a.m. when we got Miss Kyla Wimes, who is our special guest from the Lady Cross Country teams. My friend, my teammate, will be here for a special exclusive interview, who played a huge role in our cross-country championships as a veteran runner. So why not get her on the show and speak on how she's making an amazing impact here at Albany State University. 92.7 Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice. I don't know why you make me laugh. Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. Y'all, our segment this month, we are going over I Am Fearfully and Wonderfully Made here at Albany State University. And I wanted to bring on my teammate friend, Miss Kyla, also known as Kyla Joy, also known as KK, on the show. This is her first radio interview, and I'm super excited. She is making a huge impact here at Albany State University. And I was like, why not bring her on the show? Because she also helped us win our Lady Cross Country Rams SIAC Cross Country Championships this past weekend in Macon, Georgia. How are you feeling today?
Tired.
No, I was just telling Kyla, the weather from our championships was about 53 degrees, but mind you, 2 weeks ahead, 2 weeks backwards, we had a bunch of congestion and sickness going on around the team. And I think Kyla, I remember I saw Kyla going back home. She had pulled up to practice, but that girl was so sick and tired. I was like, girl, why are you here if you're sick? But honestly, the way that you performed this weekend was absolutely phenomenal. And I wanted to start off with our cross-country champions. Now, you were able to clock a PR, a lifetime best of 21 minutes and 48 seconds in our 5K. And you were able to help win and secure our top 20 finishers. And what was your momentum there? Because from my perspective, I was telling Kyla the whole season, like, I am super excited for how you're going to end. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So what was going through your mind when we ran and won championships that day?
So I was thinking about PRing. Like, I didn't want to finish the season without PRing.
Yes.
And then like, I wanted to help this team out. I really wanted to win the championship again. We could just walk away without nothing.
No, that's so real because, you know, when you know how it felt last year when we won championship the first time. We had Nat, we had Zanae, we had Julie, we had all of our teammates there, and then coming to the scene with a new set of teammates, a new chemistry, and wanting to win a back-to-back title. What do you think it took for us to get to that moment where we achieved that big win this past weekend?
The work we put in and our mentality.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
No, that's so real because one of our key sayings is you got to pay the fee, the work is the work, and it takes what it takes. Now, Miss Kyla's all the way from Lithonia where they own, yeah, she is 5'1", but the skills that she was able to put up this season was absolutely impressive. So I want to take it all the way back to our home meet. Our home meet was, you know, it was at Radium Springs Park, and it was a bit interesting. We didn't run our best there, and you did a 24-minute and 11 seconds, which added to a consistent performance, but obviously, like you said, dropping down from 24 minutes all the way to 21 minutes this past weekend is really impressive. So seeing how your time dropped from like 4 or 5 weeks ago and then seeing that you set a lifetime PR, what was your mindset to really get to that moment where you didn't give up and fighting through sickness as well? Well, we can speak on our morning and afternoon practices. Where did you see that you had to like pick up the momentum and pick up the pace? Don't overthink it, Kyla.
Where did I see I had to pick it up at?
Yes.
Oh, okay. When things got really hard, like
Yes.
I had to keep pushing myself, even though I felt like giving up.
No, that's so real.
Hard,
that's
even though
so
I
real.
wanted to walk, even
Yes.
though it was hard, I kept going. Especially since I see my teammates keep going. It motivates me.
No, that's so real because this past weekend at championships, I felt like I was running alone for a really, really long time, and I was getting scared because, you know, cross country is a team effort. Like, everybody's place on the race matters. So when I was running by myself, I saw Azaria and Kyla run right next to me, and we were all three able to help secure the final standings to win this championship. So it just taught me a lot about how, like he says, if you want to go fast, run by yourself, but if you want to, you know, win together, go together. So what was your mindset being able to stay with Azaria, but also clock a lifetime best as well? What were you thinking, like, during the race? And you know the energy that Coach Ra was also giving, too, during the race. So, what were you thinking?
Of course, I was thinking about getting done. But
Absolutely.
I was thinking about, like, practice. Like, Coach Ra be like, stay together and stuff. And if we run together, we'll win together.
So, with that being said, when is a time in your high school, did you start cross country in high school, or was it like a college thing?
I started in like my junior year.
You started cross country in junior year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, so that's actually insane being able to drop time like that and only starting like, what, 2-3 years ago? Because you're a sophomore now. So what does your outlook look like for now with track season coming up? You're a lot stronger. You've hit a lifetime PR. So what is your mindset going into this fresh new track season?
I'm really like thinking about like PRing.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to, especially like in the shape I'm in now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, there's like this weird theory that goes on where people say you shouldn't do cross country and you shouldn't do track because it's like it takes a little longer for your mechanics to shape or come back into place. So how do you feel about those rumors with you being able to do track and cross country?
I think cross country helps for
like
track.
with the work ethic and stuff that you have to put in. I agree too, because this season, go ahead and tell them what events you do.
I do the 800 and I don't know. I do the 800, but Coach Rob he puts me in the 15 to help in my 8.
So how do you feel like going from the 15 and back down to your main event helps you stay consistent in your performance?
I feel like it helps me build my endurance and it helps me like build a better race strategy too.
That's real. Because, you know, I had switched to my main event from 400 and then going back down to 200. But I love how you said the strategy because, you know, with track, as you know, you're dropping times week after week, and you're going to different meets, and cross country is more so endurance. You have that delayed gratification where you're waiting for your time to drop and putting all the work in. So what difference would you see from track and cross country, and what is like your mindset on each? Do you like cross country better? Do you like track better? Or you like equally them both?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I like cross country better.
Really?
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's just something about it. Maybe like, I don't know. Cross country, like, I feel like it's easier to PR, like, every meet.
That's true.
Yeah, practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, like, our team chemistry was a lot better this year as well, with being able to have 3 leading freshmen who won SIAC Runner of the Week 3 consecutive times, but also us, again, being able to stay consistent on the back end, because, as you know, ain't nothing easy about being a Golden Ram running cross country. So, besides that, what is your major here at Albany State University?
My major is health science.
Health science? So
Yes.
what does a day in a life look like for a health and science major?
Well, me, I want to be an ultrasound tech or a radiology tech. So, yeah. I take classes like sports nutrition.
Ooh, okay.
And what else do I take? I take like technology classes, healthcare technology classes too.
Oh, that makes sense to tie into the ultrasound connection.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that like can be like a lot of reading.
Yes, it's hard.
So with you having 6 a.m. and then we have our 4 p.m. practice, and you still being able to read and be knowledgeable about what you're learning, what are some key advice would you give to students who are trying to balance academics and athletics at the same time?
You just have to take like some type of time out of your day, like to do your work. Even though you're gonna be tired and
yes,
stuff.
you will.
Yes, because we be tired.
No, honestly, I think I was telling you earlier in the semester how, like, you can sometimes get this temptation to procrastinate because you going out there running 6Ks and 5Ks back to back, and then knowing that you still have an assignment due on Sunday or later that day. So how are you able to, like, still stay on top of your work but know, okay, this weekend I gotta run this time?
I just know, like, I have to set time apart out of my day. Because at the end of the day, I have to pass my classes.
That's so
even
real.
though I'm an athlete.
As a student athlete, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because sometimes as a student, we can get so caught up in, like, you know, trying to PR and trying to, like, make sure we show up to our fullest capability for athletics. But I'm so glad you said that you want to be a student first, and it's saying that you also want to put your main priorities first as well. Now, with that being said, what does a nutritional well-being look like for an athlete? Because we know, like, what you feel your body with is so important, even though sometimes I be thinking about going to Chick-fil-A, getting the hash browns and those chicken biscuits and stuff, but, you know, Coach had told us to, like, you know, lay low on the fried food and to eat healthier. So how does that help as well, fueling your body correctly?
It helps with a better performance. If we eat trash, you're gonna run trash.
That's so real.
And if we don't, like, eat the right things, like, before practice, we're going to go out there and be tired and all slouchy and stuff.
No, because the weather in Albany do be very hot, and it's like, now it's starting to get a little bipolar, whatever. That's, I think, why we've been feeling a little congested and whatnot. Now, with that being said, we also ran 2 6Ks this year. And when I tell you, it was a time. I actually remember seeing Kyla on one of the courses, and we were like, she would pass me, and then I would pass her. This is at our Georgia Tech Cross Country Invitational, and you had clocked a time of 26 minutes and 17 seconds. So, what was your mindset when Coach was like, you guys are going to run a 6K at a D1 level at Georgia Tech?
I knew it was going to be a lot of pressure. Like,
yes,
yeah.
It was definitely a lot of pressure. But how do you feel like that pressure built us to be able to go back down to the Southern Intercollegiate Conference and be able to mentally and physically be ready to go back to our level after running at a very D1 level?
I mean, I feel like the pressure helped us to get where we're at.
Yes.
Because, I mean, nothing's easy. So
that's so real. And I think sometimes, like, you know, going into the game, like, you want it to be easy or you don't want to feel like that discomfort. And just like I was telling you, like, especially with the weather, as you know, Coach Rob was like, y'all gonna get off this bus and y'all gonna sit out there for, I think it was like, what, an hour? And allowing our bodies to get accumulated and adjusted to the weather and whatnot. And, you know, sometimes you be having those negative thoughts or, you know, cussing in your head and be like, I don't want to be here right now. But Coach knows what's best. And then we had our we had our Florida State Invitational, which was another 6K, and you were able to drop your time down as well, and you were able to round up to the top 5 for your 6K. So what was your thought process seeing that you're actually making progress in the season at that time?
That actually motivated me a lot.
Really? After running a 6K?
Yeah, it gave me confidence. It did.
Yeah, because, you know, sometimes when you have those bad races, you're like, why am I even here? Like, is this experience going well for me? But I'm so glad that it motivated you, and it's definitely showing here at Albany State University that you're making an impact. Now, I was telling Kyla, I had no idea that Kyla was a sophomore here at Albany because she is so mature for her age, and she's only 5'1", but she, again, she is very well-spoken, she is very mature, and she's one of those silent but deadly runners because it's like, she be running so fast, I'm like, where did you come from? Like, I don't understand. But with that being said, you have won a back-to-back SIAC cross-country championships. So how does that make you feel being able to be a champion in your athletic career for on a collegiate level? And you just got here basically a year ago.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I never won, like, any championships or nothing in high school.
Really?
Nothing, never.
Wow.
Like, yeah.
So I can imagine how this really feels for you.
Yeah.
Now, what are you looking forward to you're going to be the next veteran leader because I'm leaving, Z is leaving. So you're going to step up to be even more of the leader that you already are. So what do you envision the cross-country team and track team to look like these next few years with winning?
I definitely think we're going to have a lot more wins.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what do you look forward to, the new athletes that are coming in for Albany State University and you upholding a championship mindset, being able to help them and be like, hey guys, this is the work, it takes what it takes. How do you feel like your perspective on that will be able to help them going through all the way from summer training up until now?
I feel like I can help motivate them.
Absolutely.
Even when they're doubting themselves.
Yes.
Especially since I came in, well, high school cross country, I did not like cross country. I was running 26.
Really?
Yes, 5Ks, 26.
Wow.
Came here running 24s, and then now, yeah.
So, I mean, you're going to be able to tell them the journey, especially like you said, when I came into the game too, I think I was running 27 as well. I would have never imagined that we would have dropped down to 21. So you're basically saying that you'll be able to help those athletes who may be in a weird space trying to navigate and find their PR time, but also know, like, you know, the pain is temporary, but once you see those times dropping, you're going to be totally fine. Now, what does a day in a life look like for KK? What are some hobbies that you like to do? I saw on your page that you like chicken nuggets and you like running, but I know you like to do other stuff other than running.
I like to color. I like arts and crafts and stuff. I like to bake. I like to bake.
That's so important for your mental health because, like, you know, besides athletics and besides college and stuff, you need something that can just calm you down and not just be, like, totally insane all the time. Now, we have our regionals coming up for Albany State University in about 2 weeks. We're taking away warding practice. So, you know, what's your mindset? Because I don't think we've ever ran that far because we didn't go there last year. So what was your mindset when coach was like, yeah, we're going to go to regional?
I thought the last meet was going to be the last meet.
I knew it wasn't. I told you. I literally told y'all 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was on the schedule though. But, I mean, I'm not mad about it or nothing. Like, I'm just thinking about, like, just finishing
stronger.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a 6K. Yeah. And you're acing these 6Ks though. Like, at each meet you're dropping a minute, 2 minutes. So who knows, you might run out here and run a 25, 24. So you never know what you can you never know what you can do until you try. Well guys, we're coming up to the top of the hour. It's your girl Deja Lene, and go ahead and shout out your social media so they can stay connected to you and your athletic career coming up soon.
My Instagram is Kyla Joy. _.
You guys stay connected with Kyla. She is making a huge impact, and I'm super proud of her because, like I said, I know Kyla is so capable of so much more, and I'm super excited for what God has in store for you these next few years. And again, I won't be surprised if y'all are running like 16-minute 5Ks next semester, well, next year, whatever. But this is Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, and Kyla is fearfully and wonderfully made and making an amazing impact here at Albany State University and is striving for student excellence. And her story also shows that you guys can too. This is Real 92.7. Keep it locked in. We got some more R&B jazz for you guys. Say hello to the reigning champs of Albany State University. Go Lady Cross Country Rams. I'm Deja Lene, and this is
Kyla.
And we'll see you guys coming soon. Good job, Kyla! That was so good! How do you feel? Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. Your favorite choice on the FM dial. It's your girl, Deja Lene. And sometimes, guys, I have to sit and remind myself that I'm actually a senior here at Albany State University. And that means I have to get my life together. But it doesn't mean that I have to get my life together overnight. It means that I have to trust the process. I have to continue to show up. I have to continue to look back on how far God has brought me. Because let's think from all the way from freshman year, I can think of the times where I only had $0 or my bank account was literally in overdraft. I didn't have any money, but I was making it day to day. I still was able to eat. I was still able to have fun with my friends. I still went out a little bit. I was outside for a little bit as a freshman, sophomore. Then I tried to calm down. I started going to kickbacks as a junior, and now as a senior, baby, I'm barely outside. But honestly, when you are a senior, here's some little life hacks that you can know in whatever classification that you're in and you're trying to finish strong in the second half of the semester. Embrace senioritis. Embrace that there are going to be some fast days. There's going to be some slow days. But again, you are still learning and growing, like, your schedule, and you're still learning about yourself, and you're still learning about your personality. And write the vision, make it plain. When I went home last May, and I was not graduating, and I was not where I wanted to be, I decided to take out a piece of paper. I wrote down all the things that I wanted to accomplish this semester. I wrote down all of the disciplines that I needed to put in place. And look at me now. I'm working at Real 92.7. I won cross-country championships with my Lady Rams. I am able to show up as my full self and be able to be more authentic in what I love to do. It's really so simple. Now, again, that doesn't take away from the fact that there are going to be some days where you have to struggle and you have to go through some late midnight hours trying to figure out how you're going to put all the pieces together. But if you keep showing up, ain't nobody gonna stop your grind. Now, embrace slow days and fast days because both days are valuable. Some days here on college campus, it's gonna be booming, it's gonna be jumping, and then some days it'll be like, well, did everybody go home? But also embrace that your circle is gonna change over time too. Looking from my freshman year all the way up into my senior year, my community of people have changed, and each person that I have encountered helped groom me because we know that all things work together for your good. But also, if you haven't met your college sweetheart yet, know that your time is coming. Because, you know, me growing up, I thought that I was going to meet the love of my life here in college. And I thought I was going to be married by now with kids. But I have taken this time to really embrace learning more about my major. Sometimes I do wish that I took dual enrollment in high school because some of the classes that I took freshman and sophomore year, like the math and science, I don't even look at algebra. I don't even look at polynomials. I don't look at none of that. But knowing that each class that you take, every assignment helps you to where you are now, being able to walk in your major, being able to embrace how fun and passionate your major truly is, because I love what I do. And also, we have to know that you will go through different eras here in college. I mean, I went through so many eras, and when I look at how far I've changed I am actually so proud of myself, and I'm learning how to steward my education on a better level and success on a better level. And thinking of the times where I had to learn how to put two and two together and cook something up, or I had to put two and two together and figure out how I was going to make a professional outfit for that interview and building my resume. But embrace senioritis. Embrace whatever part of the semester that you're in, because you're going to make it. It's all going to work together. As long as you show up, go to your mentors, go to faculty and staff if you feel like you're struggling. You don't have to do it alone, but you have to learn how to be adaptable and flexible, because you guys know how many L's and F's I've taken in college. You know how many times I literally had to cry myself to sleep at night, but know that I have class in the morning, I have practice in the morning. And just staying consistent and knowing, like, I cannot let these small failures stop my grind, because I'm going to get where God wants me to be, and you can too, because you are creating legacies here at Albany State University, and it don't get no better than this, okay? You know what I mean? And again, don't suppress it, express it. So whether you journal, whether you skateboard, whether, you know, you go outside to get some fresh air, you cook, you bake, whatever you do, just do something to help regulate those emotions. And if you need help, we have amazing faculty and staff here that will help you, but also get you some cool friends who want to see you succeed, who know your value, who know your worth, and who aren't jealous and envy of you, okay? Because you are amazing. You're created in the image of God, and honestly, there's so much for you. You haven't even seen all the things that God has for you. So don't give up. Embrace the season that you are in now, because it will get better. It's your girl, Deja Lene, and this is how you are embracing senioritis and embracing whatever part of the semester that you're in. And we're going to be back with some more annual events that are coming up here at Albany State University on our next segment. Keep it locked in here on Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. It's your girl, Deja Lene, and we are almost coming up to the top of the hour, but I wanted to, guys, give you an update on our annual event. Our annual Ram Raid, hosted by Housing and Residence Life, is taking place this October 31st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., where it is an alternative to our neighborhood trick-or-treating for children here in the Albany State community. Now, with that being said, this is a very fun fellowship that goes here at Albany State University. We have all the clubs and organizations. They each have a table. They're giving out candy. They're giving out snacks. Some of them even give out little cute toys to our children. This is a very safe alternative for our children in the Albany community to come out and have some fun. And I think they have some bouncy houses from what I remember from last year as well. So make sure you get out to that. Now, let's talk about some of the experiences that I had growing up from Halloween. Growing up for Halloween in my Marietta area was very interesting. When I used to get on the bus and we would go pick up the other kids from their cribs, they would have like toilet tissue trashed on their trees, and they would just have a bunch of Halloween horror houses. And I don't get down with the get down when it comes to like the horror movies and stuff like that. I can admit it was mad cool with the setup in the haunted mansion, but I don't get down with the get down. But it was cool. Some of the costumes that I did growing up was probably like Fat Albert. I did Lazy Town. I probably was a diva a lot. What else was I? I was just honestly crazy stuff like that you couldn't really imagine. Be like, why is she dressed like that? But Halloween is so much fun when it is safe. And make sure that you guys please stay safe if you're going out this weekend. And if you go with the group, stay with the group and be safe is our main priority for our Albany State University students. And honestly, save some candy. Please bring the good candy like Twix, Sour Patch. That's the good candy. All of them, Tootsie Rolls and all that nasty stuff. Please do not put that in the Halloween boxes, because who eats Tootsie Rolls? Like, that's just so weird to me. But anyways, honestly, I'm excited to see everyone's costumes this weekend, and I'm super excited for you guys to have fun with your friends and to come out to our annual Ram Raid this October 31st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if you decide to go out later, again, please be safe, stay with your friends, and wear those amazing costumes. And this is Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. We're coming up to the end of my show, but I had a blast with you guys, and I'm going to post the full episode of today's segment on my YouTube, which is DASIALANEEE on YouTube. Keep it locked in here on Real 92.7. Coming up next, we got some more R&B jazz for you guys. I love ya. Like, you guys were my own brothers and sisters. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I am Fearfully Wonderfully Made here at Albany State University, keeping up with your girl, Deja Lene. Stay connected with me. You guys have a happy Monday. Please stay warm, because the way I was congested last night and barely able to breathe, please, please, please wear your jackets, get that medicine, and rest. See you guys later. Bye.